And welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we got episode 23 of the Attitude Era review series. Before we get into it and down to business, take some time, subscribe to the channel. And today we are going to be reviewing No Mercy, live from the UK, Manchester Evening News Arena, Manchester, England. This took place on May 16th, 1999. Got about 18,000 fans in attendance, 18,107. JR and the King on commentary. This is one of those shows a lot of people probably have never seen. So we are going to be getting into some of the better stuff of the Attitude Era in the next few episodes with King of the Ring, Fully Loaded, SummerSlam 99, Unforgiven, and then the second No Mercy from October. Here's a look at the tape. I don't have the box or anything, but if you've seen the thumbnail, it's a pretty cool looking cover there. Show opens up. So to put things in perspective, this show is about a week before Over the Edge 99. Which will be the next episode, sadly. Some people want to hear the review. If you don't want to hear the review, that's fine. I can understand why. That'll be a quicker review. I'm probably just going to run down the results and give my thoughts and opinions on that from Over the Edge. So who's in the live chat? Who is that? I don't know. Everyone in the live chat, give a thumbs up or a comment. Let me know your thoughts on No Mercy 99. So the show opens up with the corporate ministry. Shane McMahon. We got the Acolytes out there. Midian, Viscera. You got Triple H and The Undertaker. China, Paul Bearer. That faction was loaded up, but I didn't like it at times because the corporate side of it was really just Triple H and China, and then Big Boss Man here and there. It was really just the ministry with Shane, Triple H, and China. I was never the biggest fan of the ministry or the corporate ministry, so this whole show is really this whole promo, is Shane setting up the matches for the night. He's gonna set up, the Acolytes versus the Brood. We got Midian versus Kane, and then the triple threat main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin defending the WWF title against Undertaker and Triple H in a triple threat match. So after the promo, Shane's done. First match of the night, Tiger Ali Singh versus Gillberg, who is the light heavyweight champion. This match goes less than 2 minutes. Gillberg hits the spear at one point, but Ali quickly recovers, hitting the neck breaker for a quick 3 count, ending the match. That was not a solid opener by any means. Very short match. And also to put things in perspective for a lot of you DVD collectors and tape collectors, they were promoting at the time Stone Cold's Hell Yeah and the Best of Raw Volume 1. So that's how far this show goes back. Just try to get rid of that glare, folks. So yeah, Hell Yeah was being released at the time. WWF's second DVD here. Second match of the night is going to be the Brood versus the Acolytes and Viscera, 6-man tag action. I honestly think this should have opened up the show. So this is pretty much, Shane is, trying to push his weight around here. Shane is the majority owner at the time. Vince McMahon has, stepped back a bit, and Vince says, he's going to let Shane do whatever he wants, blah, blah, blah. And Shane is trying to, really run this corporate ministry thing and take over the WWF. So the APA and Viscera, they isolate Christian throughout most of the match. Gangrel gets the hot tag. Frog splash to Bradshaw. Shane McMahon sends Midian down to the ring. Midian hits the DDT, clothesline from hell for a 3 count. Decent match. And we can see, already the corporate ministry is 1-0. Third match of the night. Steve Blackman versus Draws. I miss Draws, man. Very underrated talent. And I think if he had another couple of years to mature in the ring, I really think Draws could have been, pretty good in the ring, pretty good talent. I always had a thing for Draws. And, if Draws would have entered through WCW and kind of came in as Darren Drozdov or Darren Draws, I think his career would have been better off than just coming in as Puke or Draws. But again, this is a decent match. Good back and forth. Steve Blackman puts the armbar in. Draws ends up tapping out. This match goes about 5 minutes. Got one person in the chat. I'm not sure what they said. It's in a different language, but we have a Beaver Cleavage promo. You guys remember Beaver Cleavage? What up, man? Hard copies only. Where you been? Yeah, Beaver Cleavage. So if you remember the Headbangers, this was Mosh. Pretty sure it was Mosh. Thrasher was out with an injury, and Vince Russo came up with this Beaver Cleavage. This was just stupid. Then we have a Mick Foley promo, Mankind, going off on Shane. Fourth match of the night. This show in total only goes about 2.5 hours, which isn't bad. A lot of these UK shows usually had a quicker pace to them and shorter run times. Midian versus Kane, fourth match of the night. This is really a nothing match. It sucks to say. It ends by DQ. Shane runs out. Viscera. The Acolytes are back. Big splash to Kane by Viscera. And at the end of all these matches, Shane's getting on the microphone. Austin, that's a message to you. No mercy. Then we see clips from Raw here. Deborah winning the women's title. So, Deborah winning the women's title in that bikini contest. Or it was a bra and panties match, something like that. Fifth match of the night. Tori versus Sable. Not Tori Wilson. The other Tori, which I actually really like Tori, that Tori. She was one of my favorites. And Sable is with Nicole Bass. Never liked Nicole Bass. She was big, jacked up. I thought she kind of was a China ripoff at the time. Um, so Sable says she has a chest cold and she won't be competing in the match, and her replacement is Nicole Bass. Nicole Bass quickly squashes Tori, choke slam, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Sixth match of the night is going to be for the European title. Shane McMahon is bringing the title out of retirement. Shane McMahon versus X-Pac. And this is probably, one of the better matches of the night. It's hard to book a show where the majority of the heels are going over, but I understand that's how the WWF booked a lot of shows in this time. You book heel heavy in the front end of the show and build that heat throughout the night, and then you got the big baby face going over in the main event. I don't have a problem with that, but sometimes it does hurt the show overall. So Shane McMahon tries to weasel his way out of this one as usual, tries to walk out of the match. Pat and Jerry walk down the aisle. They say, no, you get back in the ring. It's Shane McMahon versus X-Pac. Then we see China appear, giving it to Pat and Jerry. X-Pac hits the X Factor, but China pulls the ref out. X-Pac goes for the Bronco Buster, but it's blocked. Triple H comes in, pedigree to X-Pac. Shane McMahon retains the title, and China, Triple H, and Shane are putting the boots to X-Pac, and out comes Kane. Kane makes the save. This is similar to Backlash 99 the month prior. Really, really cool. But Kane and X-Pac were still the tag champs as well. So I wish they would have had a tag title match on this show. Once again, backstage with Michael Cole is Mick Foley once again, and he is attacked by the Ministry. They put a chair to the knee. Undertaker locks in a leg lock. So decent segment. Seventh match of the night, Billy Gunn versus Mankind. Overall, not a bad match. Not really a good match either. But they were really pushing Billy Gunn at this time. They broke up the Outlaws, and Billy Gunn, as we all know, is going to go on to win the King of the Ring. So they're putting some steam behind him. So, like we just seen, Mankind got the tar beat out of him, and Mankind is a no-show. They play his music a couple of times, and he comes out limping to a huge pop. Billy Gunn works the leg and knee. He actually does the figure four around the ring post. Or no, just a regular figure four. Mankind is slapping himself silly, and they go for a chair, but Billy Gunn goes back to that knee. Double arm DDT, Mr. Socko, but Billy Gunn counters, hits a nice pile driver. The referee botches the count here. He counts to 3, but it was not a 3 count. And I think they actually rang the bell. Or whoever the timekeeper was rang the bell. Billy Gunn comes back for a famouser on the chair for a 3 count. So Billy Gunn wins in pretty dominant fashion here. After this match, they give us a British Bulldog recovery update. I don't know what this is about. Bulldog, I can't remember if he was on TV by this point or not. I don't think he was. He wouldn't appear till, I think, September, October. But this was pretty cool considering, Bulldog hadn't been a part of the company for a year or so at this point. So kudos to WWE for wishing Bulldog a speedy recovery. And the main event for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. It's the Smoke and Skull title here. Stone Cold Steve Austin defending the title in a great triple threat match. It all built to this. Shane McMahon's been screwing people over all night. And by the way, I forgot to mention, pretty sure Shane's a special ref here as well. No. I thought he was for some reason. They were doing a lot of that in this time. Shane's the ref. Vince is the ref. Shane's the ref. It was crazy, little overbooked at times, but I always enjoyed most of it. Sip of coffee for the working men and women. So this is a triple threat match. We got Triple H with Chyna, Undertaker with Paul Bearer, and Stone Cold Steve Austin by himself. It's pretty fun to note here that Triple H wearing trunks here, just plain old trunks. For the most part, he wore pants during this time. And this is where we seen Triple H really evolve his character into the main event scene. He wasn't going to be in DX anymore. And he was really building momentum as a heel, I really thought. So these guys start in the aisleway. They're brawling in the aisleway, brawling up the entranceway. Austin's beating up Taker. Triple H comes in, beats up Austin. Taker catches a breather. Taker comes back. All back and forth. Really fun. They are in and out of the ring. Good back and forth action. Really nice transition here. Undertaker blocks a stunner. And Austin blocks the pedigree, which sends Triple H into the Undertaker for a choke slam to Triple H. Undertaker gets a 2 count, and then Austin hits a nice stunner on Taker for a 2 count. A beautiful stunner on Triple H, again for a 2 count. Each stunner, the pinfall broken up by, the other man, Triple H or Undertaker. And at this point, Shane McMahon and the Ministry run back down to the ring, as if we didn't see them enough at this point. Shane McMahon, and this is where the chaos really begins. We got Kane and X-Pac, the Brood, Mankind makes a cameo. This is insane. This is crazy. This crowd is going nuts. JR is losing his mind, and he is going ballistic. This is chaos. There's times and points where this works and times where it doesn't. I really think this worked here. And what this did, Kane, X-Pac, Mankind, the Brood, all these guys coming down, they pretty much got the Ministry out of there. And I thought it worked well. It's down to one-on-one. Triple H hits the high knee. Stunner to Triple H and Chyna. Stone Cold retains. Really good main event. I thought this was a really good main event. But overall, the show was not that good. Yeah. So my final score for this show, it sucks, but I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Check it out if you've never seen it. But there's not much to kind of look back to. Yeah, thank you, man. You know, a lot of people probably haven't seen this show, so that's why I'm doing the review. But overall, not much to look back to on this one besides the main event, which is included with the Stone Cold Blu-ray there. This DVD, it's included as one of the bonus features. So if you're interested in the main event, check it out. It is sad that this is 1 week prior to Over the Edge 99. Um, we'll get into that in the next episode. Not a fan of the corporate ministry. So the next episode on Raw, I can't even really remember what happened, but these UK shows are generally not the best overall, but they're always fun to go back and watch. You know, the rebellions, insurrections, pay-per-views like that. Um, I think going over here was definitely the right decision. It's important to note as well. There's no Rock on the show. There's no Owen Hart or Jeff Jarrett. So there's a lot of top guys missing from this card compared to the month prior or even the month later here at King of the Ring. I don't think we've seen Road Dogg, Big Show, Hardcore Holly, Ken Shamrock. Um, so this is starting to get into some of my favorite time periods in the WWF. Over the next few episodes, I'm really going to enjoy covering these pay-per-views. Let me know your final score on the show. I think 5 out of 10 is being a bit generous, to be honest. There's not much to look back on in this show. As always, guys, take some time and subscribe. If you got any suggestions, any video ideas you got, comment down below. We'll talk to you later.